you need to try hard. You need to push a little bit, because unless you push a little bit, then you'll never improve. But the thing is, if you push too much, you will damage yourself. It is a fact that if you are not knowledgeable about your body, if you have never used your body in the way that we are going to tell you about, then it's possible you could damage the body. It's a little bit of knowing the difference between pleasure and pain. There's a sort of a middle path in yoga that the Buddha talked about, which is so necessary to know. And if you are a beginner student, you don't know where that is. So at the beginning of a yoga path, don't push too much. Eventually, you will learn how much you can push to get the best results. But at the beginning, you might tend to push too much without knowing. So just do the first class or two very gently. And as you get to know all the poses, all of the asanas, then you will know just how far you can go in them without damaging yourself. And yoga is also a little bit like squash. If you do squash once per week, you'll never improve. If you do squash twice a week, you will stay at the same level. You need to do squash 3 times a week before you will improve. And once per day is even better. What else do we need to say to all of our beginner students, Nelly?
Always teach breathing. Always.
Yes.
And connect the breathing with the asana. This is
Connect the breathing with the movement. That's absolutely essential.
and relaxation.
Yeah. And the other thing is to relax in the pose. I'm going to put you into tremendous stupid ways of holding your body. If you can learn to relax in the pose, and how do you relax, Debbie? You relax by breathing. So if you do nothing at all in the class, just breathe. You must learn to breathe in the poses at the appropriate time. And you will learn that the relaxation breath is breathing into the abdomen. As you breathe into the abdomen, so you can learn to relax in the poses. So after the pose, there is a period of relaxation. And in that relaxation period, you will breathe into the abdomen. And you will use that breath as a tool to completely relax the body. Now, how will you use that breath to completely relax the body? You will breathe into the abdomen, and then as you breathe out, you will use that out breath to visualize energy streams with your mind and your visualization flowing into the area of the body where you were just working. Increasing the amount of energy in that part. Increasing the amount of blood in that part. Increasing the amount of lymph flowing through the part and taking away all of the toxins that have been released by the pose. You must have a knowledge of that, an idea of that the body is being energized, that the body is being strengthened, that the body is being detoxified in the areas where we've been working. And each pose works on a different system of the body. It works on a different chakra. In some yoga schools, they teach asanas. There are 6 million different asanas. And of those, says Shiva, 88 are appropriate for human beings. And they say, if you can master 6, if you can do 6 of those poses, you're doing very well. And if you can master one of those poses, you can become enlightened. So just learning how to master one of those poses, you will become enlightened. In some yoga schools, they teach asanas one by one. Today we're going to learn this asana. But once you understand that each asana is appropriate for one chakra, and you understand that a combination of those poses can lead you through the chakras, finishing off at the crown chakra, you can prepare a person for meditation. You can prepare a person for being in a meditative state. You can prepare a person for being God-realized simply by taking them through a sequence of asanas. And this sequence of asanas is what I'm going to teach you. There are many classical sequences of asanas taught by some of the great yoga schools, each with slightly different purposes. But the sequence of asanas I'm going to teach you is a combination that we use in energy enhancement in order to get that person into a very calm, relaxed, energetic state as a preparation for meditation. A preparation for enlightenment. Good, eh? Amazing what you can do with Hatha yoga. And what does Hatha mean? Ha means the sun. Tha means the moon. These are two different polarities of energy. Ha, the sun, is in the central sun, in the centre of the universe. Tha, the moon, is that which reflects the light. The centre of the earth, the base chakra. It means bringing Shakti, the centre of the earth, and Shiva, the centre of the universe, together like two parts of an atomic bomb to create an atomic explosion, a big bang, a boom that starts off in your being and creates enlightenment. This is enlightenment. This is Sat, Chid, Anand. Sat, the energy in the centre of the universe. Chid, the energy in the centre of the earth. Sat, the sun. Chid, the moon. And Ananda, the energy which flows between them. Bliss. Streams of energy, of prana, of bhavana. Exciting stuff, this Hatha yoga, isn't it? So, it's important to make the beginning student understand that this is not just physical. By using the breath, we're moving into prana and pranayama, into bioenergy. By using visualization, we are moving into meditating in the pose. By using the breath as a tool to push energy around the body, to visualize energy going around the body, we are moving into ways of working 100 times more powerfully than simply by physical means. So, do not push at the beginning, but remember, if you don't push, you'll never get anywhere. A middle path. At the beginning, don't push too much. Breathe. Relax. When you are stretching as hard as you can and yet relaxing at the same time, that's when you get the most benefit. How to be relaxed in the middle of great tension. It's a paradox. And yet, this is life. Why do people enjoy stress so much? Because they feel that they can master what is going on. It's only when you cannot master the stress that you feel upset. If you have just a boring life with no stress, with no pizzazz, with no passion, with no pow, then people don't like that life. It's boring. And yet, if too much goes on, if it's demasiado, if it's de mucho masiado, then that is when we hate it. That's when the Chinese curse comes into operation. May you live in interesting times. It becomes too much. But if many things are happening and we're mastering what's going on, we feel very, very happy. And that is relaxation in the midst of tension. The confidence of knowing that you can handle whatever is pushed at you. You know, that's a beautiful confidence to have. The knowledge that you can handle, the confidence that you can handle all of the things that happen to you in life. And that's another yoga, contemplating disaster. In the end, contemplating death. Die before you die. And puts everything else in its place. Okay. So it's very important that you do your yoga in the right way. If you do yoga in the right way, you have good karma. If you do yoga in the wrong way, you have bad karma. It has bad results. So, push a little bit, but not too much. Breathe. And when you're doing yoga, try to get into a state of relaxation. I recommend doing yoga with closed eyes. Try to be internal. Try to be inside your body. Try to be in a state of what they call between mind and the unconscious. It's like a state of hypnosis, actually, where you don't have anything conscious that you're doing. You are just in that state of complete relaxation. You're in that state of being inside the body. You're in that state of feeling deeply into your body. Because yoga is not physical. Hatha yoga is not physical, purely. If you can bring in every other part of yoga into the Hatha yoga, you increase its potency 100 times. So if you can bring in a state of concentration, if you can bring in a state of meditation, if you can bring in a state of samadhi into the Hatha yoga, then you will start to use psychic powers in that Hatha yoga to heal your body. And what is the root of medicine? The root of medicine is meditation. By bringing meditation into the Hatha yoga, by getting into that state of relaxation, by getting into that state of very high confident energy, then the Hatha yoga becomes something else. It becomes energy enhancement yoga. And what is energy enhancement yoga? A state of samyama in whatever you are doing. Be in a state of enlightenment when you are washing the dishes. Be in a state of enlightenment while you are driving the car. Be in that state 24 hours a day. So we are trying to learn to get into that state when we are doing something for our own benefit. Hatha yoga. We are using that Hatha yoga, that working on the body, as a tool to get into a state of enlightenment. And we're going to use every part of our body-mind to get into that state of seeing psychically inside your own body. And why do we want to see psychically inside of our own body? We want to see that our stiffness is the result of blockages. How do we get rid of blockages? We breathe energy through them. How do we get rid of blockages? We use the 7-step process on them. Now, although your beginning class students will not know about the 7-step process, we can teach them right from the start to breathe energy through stiffness, to breathe energy into that part which is stiff in every asana. And in doing that, we will reduce 50% of all the blockages simply by doing this process a few times. We will heal people. They will feel better. And when they feel better, and when they've been healed, they will continue to come to the yoga class. Does that sound good? So what I'm teaching you here is not just Hatha yoga. I'm saying that Hatha yoga contains all the other yogas in it. I'm actually teaching, whenever I'm teaching yoga, I am teaching enlightenment. And I'm saying Hatha yoga is just one technique to get to enlightenment. And if you can use all the other techniques at the same time, you will potentize that Hatha yoga so it becomes 100 times more powerful. Very good.